Earlier this week, five eminent gentlemen Pankaj Mithal, Sanjay Karol, P.V. Sanjay Kumar, Ashanuddin Amanullah, and Manoj Misra were in the news. The coverage was so scant that it would have been easy to miss. This despite the fact that they were the latest judges to take their seats on the exalted bench of the Supreme Court of India, wielding enormous influence on the lives of every Indian citizen. But except for the high courts they belong to, very little is known about them. What are the major cases that they have argued as lawyers? Have they given any outstanding judgments to their high court career? Which section of society, class-wise, caste-wise, religion-wise, region-wise, do they belong to? While some of these can be surmised from their names, much else remains a black hole. This is not accidental, it is a matter of design. Priestly judges versus Chanakya's judges. The traditional wisdom about judges in England, faithfully adopted by many of its colonies, is that the judge is like a priest, secluded from and somewhat above the rest of society. He declares it is usually a he, according to the law, and is free from prejudices that ordinarily mortals have. That is why he can be selected by a simple tap on the shoulder by the powers, that be after a few discreet conversations with persons in the known. The collegium method of appointment of judges to Supreme Court and High Courts perpetuates this self-serving colonial myth of judges being above his politics and life experiences. Chanakya harbored no such illusions about Indian judges. Judges could be wrong, lazy, slow, and even corrupt. Their mortality meant that extraneous factors could always influence their judgment. Sometimes justifiably, other times less so. Rules were necessary to ensure that these factors did not make the process of judging itself unfair or unjust. Key to this understanding was the realization that life experiences of judges matter in how they judge. Identity matters. Chanakya's wisdom was intuitively grasped by 38-year-old senator from Delaware during the hearing to confirm the first women judge in the history of the US Supreme Court in 1981. Senator Joe Biden, now the President of the United States, finishing his questioning of Chandra Day O'Connor with some rousing oratory. "You are a woman and the first one on the court. And you are looked at by many of us not merely because you are bright, competent lawyer, but also because you are a woman. That is something that you should be advertised by you. Don't wall yourself off." O'Connor was chosen not only because she was legally skilled, but also she was a woman. Her lived experiences was expected to make the court more representative and legitimate at a time when it was taking life-challenging decisions on abortion, a critically fundamental issue in the lives of American women. This is perhaps the reason why Saurabh Kripal has been recommended for appointment to the Delhi High Court by the Supreme Court Collegium. Like O'Connor, Kripal is a first-rate legal mind, but his identity as a homosexual matters, especially at a time when Supreme Court is about to hear a key case on the lawfulness of gay marriage, and issues around homosexuality are litigated throughout the country, as did the identity of Justice Abdul Nazir, the only Muslim judge in Supreme Court who was part of the bench that delivered the Ayodhya judgment. Publicly controversial judgments and courts that delivered them appear more legitimate when the institutions themselves are diverse and representative. Judiciary as a melting pot. This is why the appointment of L. Victoria Gowri as judge of Madras High Court should neither have been rushed through nor blindly excoriated. Here is a women judge from a backward community who is transparent about her politics. The system needs more such diverse candidates. But for the same reason that the country knows little about the 5 judges appointed to Supreme Court, it appears that the Collegium did not initially know about her alleged hate speeches that cast severe doubt about her basic suitability to be a judge. The secrecy and subterfuge that characterize judiciary appointments have meant that, let alone the rest of the country, decision makers themselves often may not have the full facts before them. This need to change. It is time for both the Collegium and the government to come out of the shadows. India needs liberal and conservative judges, indigenous, Dalit and Brahmin judges, Hindus, Muslim, Christian judges, city and small town judges, gay and straight judges, Mizo and Maharashtrian judges, and all its intersectional combinations. Above all, we the people need to know who exactly our judges, and through open, live-streamed interviews of prospective candidates, the days of the judiciary as a walled-off citadel are over. It is time for the judiciary as an open melting pot to take center stage.